Good day, everybody, and once again we are back together. All right, so we are looking at question 8 of this technical maths paper 2 exemplar for grade 11. So please, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you're part of the family. All right, and please make sure that you watch the other videos that we've made on questions 1 to 7. All right, so let's get right into the question. So they say to us, determine the length of an arc that subtends a central angle of 50 degrees in a circle with a diameter of 52 centimeters. Now, please remember, ladies and gents, whenever we talk about the arc of a circle, so if we've got a circle there, right? So an arc is just a portion of the circle, right? So if I say that's going to be AB and that's our center O, right? So let me just do this quickly. I want you guys to be able to see it. So AB is the arc. So when we talk about the arc length, it's this guy over here, right? So we say that the arc length S is equal to R, right? The radius of the circle, right? Multiplied by theta, the central angle. But that central angle must be given in radians, okay? Right, now you convert from degrees to radians by multiplying by pi over 180. So we're going to say, well, we were given that the diameter, so diameter was 52 centimeters, right? And we know that the radius will be the diameter, so that's 52 divided by 2, right? So remember that the diameter, okay, is twice the radius. So meaning that the radius is half of the diameter. So that gives us 26 centimeters, right? So we're going to say, well, the arc length, right, will be equal to R. No, that's 26 multiplied by 50. Okay, so that's the central angle multiplied by pi over 180. Remember, we said we are converting it from degrees to radians, and we actually multiply by pi over 180. All right, so let's do that quickly. So we're going to have 26 multiplied by 50 multiplied by pi over 180. Okay, we get 22.69 centimeters, and that is what our arc length is. All right, let's go on to the next question. Right, so they say to us, convert revolutions per minute to revolutions per second. Now remember, there are 60 seconds in a minute. So to convert that, we're just simply going to say, well, our n value, that's going to be 38 revolutions per minute. We divide that by 60 to convert it to revolutions per second. So let's take that. That's going to be 38 divided by 60, and that will give us 0.63. Just remember, this is revolutions. My pen is giving me issues here. That's revolutions per second. Okay. Per second. All right. Now, finally, we are calculating the angular velocity, right? Now, ladies and gents, I'm just going to do that at the bottom there. So we say that to calculate the angular velocity, W is equal to 2 pi, right? That's the revolution, okay? Multiplied by, in this case, the value of n, so that is 2 pi n, okay? So in this case, that's in revolutions per second, right? So we said this is 2 pi multiplied by, we've already found the value in this case, where was that? Right, so we've already found the value of our number, the number of revolutions per second. Okay, we said that's 0.63. So that's 2 pi multiplied by 0.63. Okay, right. So these are in radians. So what do we have? We are going to have 2 pi multiplied by 0.63. So Fortunately, I still have that answer, so it will be more accurate. So that's multiplied by 2 pi. Okay, I get 3.998. So that's going to be 3.98. And please note, this value is measured in radians per second. Okay, that's the angular velocity. So that is truly how the cookie crumbles. All right, I'm going to leave this question here, and I want us to answer 8.3 on a separate video. All right, because we are trying to get some more information into that. Okay, so let's leave it there, and we are going to see that in the next video. I'll see you guys next time. Sharp, sharp.